Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. We are back here in the Great Hall of Tumladen with Lady Tyrannis. Right after we revealed to her what happened in Pelargir, let's see what her reaction is.
What is the meaning of this?
I am sorry for the manner of our meeting, Pineleaf. Surely you realize my threats were empty and born only of desperation. I welcome the aid that you can offer to my people. Well, that's good to hear. Now, let's see what we got. Trousers of the Five Rivers. Alright, well, whatever. So what do you need me to do? Oh my goodness gracious.
I beg your pardon.
You know well of my interest in the war, Pineleaf. However, I am particularly curious about the affairs of my brother Denethor and my sons in Minas Tirith. My sons have sent me many letters here in Tumladen, but as soon as all these folk arrived, the letters stopped. I don't know if some terrible fate befell one of Minas Tirith's couriers upon the field, or if the war has reached the city so soon. My sister, nay, the men of Lothnark saw a courier cross the Irui, but he has not arrived since. Search the roads east of Tumladen and tell me if the courier still rides for Tumladen. Alright, so search for a missing courier. Okay.
Why do you interrupt me?
It is true that none of our foes have yet made an assault against Umladen, but I believe it is only a matter of time. In the past days I have seen the guards speaking to the men and abandoning their posts for hours at a time. And for what? To speculate about the fates of Minas Tirith and the truth about the battle of Pelargir. Such matters are not to be of their concern. If only they knew the truth, they would know how important it is that to remain a secret. I have a mind to scold them for their foolishness, but instead, I leave that matter to you. Wonderful. And finally,
What is the meaning of this?
I've heard reports that the Haradrim scouting their way up the hill towards the beacon Minlos, and I worry for the folk of Arnach. It is the home of many warriors, but, as with our own, many have gone to my brother's aid in Minas Tirith. The Haradrim have not made a move against Umladen, but perhaps that's not their purpose in Upper Lebanon. Whatever the truth of the situation, they hasten to the east, across the Erui, and if they succeed in their assault through Amlok, if I ask you this, rout the Haradrim and assure the safety of the people of Arnach. Okay, so defeat Haradrim near Minlos. Very well. She is really starting us off with quite a handful of quests. It looks like I found the first of the gossiping guards. Noisy Tumladen warrior. What's the harm in a bit of speculation? Oh well. It's a long story. And a second guard. Yeah? Were not you there at the Battle of Pelargir? Why kept such heroics a secret? Yeah, I was there now that I think of it. And one last guard. Yeah? I hear that the steward sent his son back to Osgiliath. Would not such a charge be folly? Well, that... I don't know. That's for the steward to decide, I guess. What do you say, Angbor?
You have done good work here.
I suspected that we would find these havens full of refugees from the White City, which means that the war will soon be joined if it has not already begun. 4,000 swords travel slowly, but when they arrive they will make their points with sharp arguments. We must make sure that the path is free of obstruction. There is a good place to cross the river Eroi to the south, but it is held by the Haradrim. Let us go to the crossings and defeat these Southrons so that my army can pass. Any Haradrim in Upper Lebanon pose a threat to the crossing, and they must be stopped. Yes, like we can't ask 4,000 soldiers to clear the path. I mean, really, I mean, a division should be able to make good work of that area, right? Oh well. Now let's see if we could find this supposed courier anywhere around here. Well, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Well, where is the writer now? Oh, here he is. He looks like a messenger. The courier tried to escape the Haradrim, but he was felled as he fled. Well, it looks like the letters didn't come out too well. Let's pick up the letters and maybe something could be made of them. Perhaps there could even be something important in one of them. Oh, and here's the last one. Well, we have to get back to her ladyship on this, but first, I think we need to find a crossing and take care of some Haradrim. Here is the beacon of Minlos, but I do not see any Haradrim around here. Looks like the Gondorians are on their guard though, so there must be some in the area. But none that I can see. Maybe they all fled. Hold on. It looks like they haven't quite made it yet, because I think I found a scout. He must be preparing the way for the others. Perhaps there are 4,000 Haradrim swords getting ready to cross the river or something like that. That's always a possibility. Let's see if any of his friends are any... Oh, yes, another one over here. Probably have an entire scouting squad all ready to inflict damage to us. Well, we can deal with them. Now that I've dealt with the scouts, let's see if any of the guards have anything to say. Hello there. My lady sent you, did she? Indeed, you have come at a fortuitous time. You see, the Haradrim have been rallying under the cover of the trees nearby, and they mean to invade Arnach. Yes, I took care of some of their scouts. If you would keep watch with us for a time, we would be thankful. I suppose I can do that. Yes, it is a grim day, traveler. My men and I have held out for a few hours now, and the Haradrim continue to push their advance against Arnach. We have held them back for hours now, but I grow concerned that their numbers shall soon overwhelm us. They stalk the road to Tumladen, and in turn we have barricaded the bridge into Arnach. Would you lend us aid? If even one of my men can rest as you defend the bridge, it might bolster the resolve of the coming assaults. All right, fine. Now, I'll have a little nibble while we wait for the thing to do. So talk to Othar, and Othar must not be defeated. I think this is one where as soon as you talk to him, the guys start rushing in. Right? At least I would think so. Oh, yes. My men have spotted the Haradrim approaching from the west. We must drive them back. Okay, I hear them coming. Ready yourselves. To arms! We can't allow them to approach Arnach. Oh. Oh, that way. Oh. Alright. Well, we could deal with that. And now it's you. A champion! Oh, Do they have every class represented here? Actually, he can't be a champion. He has a shield, right? Obviously, the Haradrim have different rules on classes, since these are all scouts. There you go. They're not giving up so easily this time. Aha, well, we could handle them. They love round shields, that's for sure. And now for you. Just make sure that they always show green, especially Other. Since we don't want Other to be defeated. Then what do I have to do? Do it all again, or what? That's Othor right there. There you go. You have defended the bridge. Do not think us weak, you snakes! I thank you for your aid, Warden. That should break their assault for some time. This assault troubles me, though. For what reason would the Haradrim throw themselves against the walls of Arnach instead of passing across the Arui? We have now not the men to guard the crossing, and could not repel their advance there. Return to the lady, and tell her of my concerns. I don't believe we shall leave this matter to speculation. All right. Interesting question. Now that I see that the bridge into Arnach is safe for the moment, let's check the ford here, which is apparently held by the Haradrim. So it's not undefended, it's defended by the wrong side. Haradrim threatened to overrun the crossings of the Arui. Yes, you're right. If they just wanted to march an army across, then this would be the natural place to do it. So that means they're looking to do something with Arnach, because obviously if they wanted to bypass Arnach, they could just ignore that particular crossing. Well, let's see what her ladyship has to say, since she would probably know this area a lot more than I do. Now, is everything here? I think everything is fine here, so I could just find Angbor. Wow, quite troubled waters, I can see. Well then, let's get out of troubled waters and up to... Uh-oh. Oh, hello! I didn't mean to disturb you. I was just passing through, promise. I was just waiting to talk to a lord who has 4,000, yes, 4,000 men who could come and all kill you all. Right. I have thinned out a few of their numbers.
Very good, my friend.
You have disrupted the preparations of the Haradrim, and my men will be able to cross the Eroi without fear of Southfront fortifications. Even a force of 4,000 can suffer many losses when attacking a much smaller force, provided the smaller force has time to prepare. Well, there is that. Alright, what do I want? Parry, blocking, or evasion?
Let us go to the meeting of the road south of Imloth Melwi.
Losanark is a land of beauty, but we must not slow our steps to admire its sweet-smelling flowers. There will be time enough for that when this war is won. We must go to Minas Tirith. The fields of the Pelennor outside of the White City are encircled by a great wall, the Ramas Echor, through which we must pass. The south gate of the Ramas is located in the haven of Harlond. That is where we must go. First, we will do as Aragorn requested, and see how fares the settlement of Imloth Melwi to the north along the road. There is a meeting of roads just south of Imlothmelui in Losanach. Let's go there and assess the situation. While you gather the 4,000 men and slowly march them across, I will speak to Denethor's sister and report on what I have found. First off, I found a messenger and also these notes.
Why do you interrupt me?
This is most concerning. One of them has been too badly smudged to read, and the other two make me fear for my brother and my sons. Lord Faramir and his rangers were sent to Osgiliath and failed, but my brother has sent them forth again, and he has taken leave of his senses? What fate will befall Denethor City if Lord Angbor and Aragorn do not reach it in time? I must think on this, Pineleaf. Also, I've managed to check out some of the crossings.
What is the meaning of this?
You have my thanks for keeping the people of Arnarch safe, Pineleaf. It is yet another thing my sister could not manage without my help. You see, she and her husband lead Arnach, but that is a story for which I do not wish to speak more. It's strange indeed that the Haradrim would more readily set siege to Arnach instead of fording the Erui at the crossings. Why would they march directly into superior numbers instead of hastening to the east? I don't know, because they seem to be holding that ford pretty readily themselves. I believe this might be a matter for you and Lord Angbor to investigate. Right?
What is the meaning of this?
As I said, I believe this is a matter best left to you and Lord Angbor. The Haradrim pose a dire threat to the people seeking refuge in Tumladen, as well as to all that dwell in Losanach. We will discover what has divided their forces near the Erue. Lord Angbor and his man is a man of battle, and I trust he will know what is best. He has since departed to Mladen, but you may find him by the crossings of the Uroi if he and his men have not yet crossed the Losanach. May you be swift. Yes, I've already spoken to him there. I'll see if he's still there. And finally, I managed to... What did I do here?
What is the meaning of this?
I see how you look at me, Pineleaf. You know that I would not be so easily dissuaded from my curiosity, and you wonder how I could be so bold as to demand that others abandon theirs. You see, these men are not like me, and you would do well to remember that. They hold their position here to protect the people, not to spend their days engrossed in speculation. That's right, it's her job to be engrossed in speculation. Well then, let's get back to Angbor. Ah, I see I caught you just in time. If those forces become divided at the river, perhaps more of their number have fled into the trees in the south. I know of a settlement to the south called Halach, but my men and I will not travel so far south as we advance to the east. Yet, for once, I agree with her ladyship. The Haradrim in Upper Lebanon must be defeated if we're to leave these lands behind. I ask that you travel to Halach and aid the people there if you're able. It seems we must part ways again, my friend, but let us hope that our paths will align in Losanach. Yes, I suspect that they are going to divide once or twice again, and I guess it's time for me to head south and find out what's down that way. Halach doesn't seem to be in very good shape, but it looks like that there are some people here. So there are definitely survivors. What will we find inside? We have to find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.